Well, the US has joined forces with Canada, the EU and Britain to impose sanctions on several senior officials in Belarus over what they've described as continuing concerns over human rights. Let's go live to our Washington correspondent Annalise Nielsen now. Annalise, this follows the extraordinary arrest of an opposition journalist.
This has really sparked the anger of people right across the world, but it's quite extraordinary to have these four different powerful countries led by the US imposing sanctions on Belarus. This is going to impact a number of senior members of the Belarusian government, but also affect imports of some pretty key industries. Things like chemical imports are over $1 billion each year from Belarus into Europe, and also crude oil as well. So that's all going to be impacted. This is all, as you mentioned, after the grounding of that Ryanair flight, where an opposition journalist was then detained. This has really raised the ire of so many people who are concerned about freedom of the press, and that this was a politicised move by the Belarusian government as they seek to crack down.
Today, we are following through and holding the regime accountable. So earlier today, the Department of State and the Department of Treasury designated 62 Belarusian individuals and 5 entities in response to continuing repression in Belarus. And importantly, we did this alongside our partners and allies. And with these coordinated actions on both sides of the Atlantic, we are demonstrating our deep and shared concern regarding the Lukashenko regime's activities.
Now, in a joint statement, the EU, UK, US and Canada have all said we're united in our deep concern regarding the Lukashenko regime's continuing attacks on human rights, fundamental freedoms and international law. Now, it might seem a bit counterintuitive to be laying down these sanctions on Belarus because then it pushes them further into the orbit of Russia. But what this does do is make it a more expensive prospect for Russia to be propping up Belarus. They're the ones having to then make up for that shortfall in trade with the country as they've continued to give them economic support in the form of cheaper imports and exports. And so this is why it's quite a bold move from these four countries today.
OK, Annalise Nielsen, thank you. We'll talk to you soon.